Before leaving, please remember to make a contribution to all of my thousands of hours of work here. PayPal, Patreon, or fundraiser in the description below or on the China Rising Radio Sinoland article page. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. A look back on the canceled Franco-Australian submarine contract and what it means for China. Pictured above, the huge naval group ship and submarine construction plant in Cherbourg, France. It still has a long list of building contracts in its books. Question. Many experts believe the Australia-France submarine deal collapse was predictable due to Canberra's siding with Washington against Beijing in the last 3 years. If this is the case, why did France get into the deal in 2016 or continued it until now after all? My answer. The year 2016 is a long time ago. Over 120 Australian engineers, technicians, and their families moved to Cherbourg in Normandy, France, where the huge naval group's submarine manufacturing plant is located, fully expecting to see their mission completed. Out of 3,600 employees, 650 were working in the study and design phase with the Aussies. I know French employees who work there. The $50 billion contract was important. Nevertheless, it only represents 10% of Naval Group's ongoing vessel construction, and it may find other countries that might be interested in the submarines. Therefore, the company is not going away. This cancellation appears to be the brainchild of the Biden administration and could very well be, I'm blubbering like Biden, and could very well be a quick retort to the USA's humiliating exit after 20 years of failing to colonize Afghanistan. As the lead Western imperial power, it is important for Uncle Sam to look omnipotent, and AUKUS, the Australia-UK-US offense against China in Southeast Asia, is good for this image of power projection. Question. President Macron said Australia's move to terminate the submarine deal was a, quote, stab in the back, end of the quote. Later, he also said Europe should stop being naive to stand up on its own and defend itself. Do you believe Canberra's canceled deal with Paris and signing that with Washington would be copied by Europeans too? How would you view France's worldwide arms sales in the future? Of course, AUKUS is an Anglo-Saxon stab in the back to Gallic France, yet is not shocking. Australia, the UK, and the USA are the three key members of the Five Eyes espionage alliance, along with Anglophone Canada and New Zealand. France and Germany have always been imperial second class compared to the English Five. Europe has been talking up self-defense for decades, but Washington's iron fist on NATO is a huge impediment. Every member of NATO plays second and third fiddle to Uncle Sam. The irony of this submarine cancellation is that in 2015, France showed Western solidarity by refusing to deliver two fully completed Mistral warships that Russia had already paid for and for which it was reimbursed. The historical issue in the West is that treaties and agreements are only convenient as long as they favor both signatories. If conditions change, loyalty and honor are relegated to realpolitik. France is the world's third largest arms exporter after the USA and Russia. This submarine cancellation is not going to have an overall negative impact on its sales. France found a buyer for the two Mistrals, Egypt. They are surely checking with other countries to pick up where the Aussies left off. Question. Why is it important for Washington to mount its presence in the South Pacific? Why is it important for Paris to be present in the same area? Do Washington and Paris have a conflict of interest in that part of the world? If not, why don't they collaborate? How do they deal with China there? My answer, for Uncle Sam, it's all about projecting full spectrum dominance in every corner of the planet, or at least projecting this image of supremacy when it does not align with reality. This is especially true against China, as it has been since its communist socialist liberation in 1949. For France, the submarine contract was more commercial, good-paying jobs, in-country and high-tech exports. Geopolitically, France cannot be too concerned with Southeast Asia. Its preoccupations are in Francophone Africa, the Middle East, and its territory spread across the planet in the Caribbean, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Somewhere on Earth, the sun is rising and setting on France's many territories. As a second-tier imperial power, Uncle Sam will engage France only when it is beneficial to its geopolitical interests. And it's not just France. All of your the microphone is blocking the text. All of your Angloland, that being NATO, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Israel, are American vassals, although with the Zionist state, we sometimes have to wonder who dominates whom. This is Jeff J. Brown signing out. Thank you. Have a good day.
China Rising Radio Sinoland and China Tech News Flash signing out. Please make a contribution to all of my hard work. Thank you.